Welcome to Japan Seikatsu. I'm Ian, and today I would like to speak to the secret back door to a career in Japan, and that is internships. Now, before we get started, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We are trying to build Japan Seikatsu into as large a community as possible. Let's get started. First, a big thank you to the audience today, because this video is inspired by a viewer's question, and that was specifically about finding work or paid internships while on an MBA program. And I will address that. I want to speak more broadly, though, about the important channel that is internships in getting a job or ideally a career for yourself in Japan. And this is not limited to MBA programs in Japan. I think this is applicable to grad school, to undergrad, or to people currently on the JET program living outside of Japan that are aspiring to one day have a career in Japan. Well, the internship route is a channel that you should certainly explore. So I will share my personal experience, and I will also speak to some tips about how to make the most of the internship. When I first came to Japan to study abroad, I met somebody that was helping to organize our study abroad program, and he ran a small international school in Ishikawa-ken. And I immediately was very intrigued because he had spent much of his adult life in Japan and knew so much about the history and the culture. And so I always just enjoyed when I got the chance to kind of pick his brain about Japan. And so we developed a friendship, and then a year later I'd come back to do another study abroad program in Japan, and I wanted to stay for the summer. But I didn't have any job or internship or anything like that. So I reached out to him via email and said that I would like to, if possible, work at his international school. I could help teach, and if there was any such internship or opportunity. And he said he'd be happy to have me. I could stay at the school for free. He wouldn't be able to pay, but if I could help with some of the classes, then he would do his best to try to find me some English teaching jobs on the side, which he did. So I was able to get some really great experience. I was teaching English at a komatsu factory, which was a great experience. And I got to, that whole summer, work at that small international school. I learned a lot from him about teaching, and I had the opportunity to continue to learn from him. He really became a mentor for me, and I had free lodging. So that was my first experience with an internship. And when I was applying to the JET program, I put that into my application that I had experienced teaching at a small international school in Japan. And I think that was a factor that helped me gain admission to the JET program. So that was a positive experience, and it later paid dividends. Now, later in my life, I was on doing my MBA in Tokyo, and my dream was to work in finance. And I found an internship opportunity. It was about 1 month with an asset management company in Tokyo. And I did the internship, and I made great relationships. I learned a lot. It was paid, which helped because money was very tight when I was getting my MBA. And it later turned into a full-time offer, which allowed me then to finish my MBA program early. Instead of 2 years, I did it in about a year and a half. And I still work for that company to this day. So I feel personally very grateful to that internship opportunity. And I am a big advocate of internships for the two reasons that I've just shared. One more example that comes to mind was a good friend that was getting an MBA at another MBA program in Tokyo, different from mine. And he interned at a large truck manufacturer. And it was, I believe, a few months that he interned there. He also received a offer to work there, but ended up turning it down and working for another company. And the reason was he just felt that this other company would be a better fit, more aligned with where his passions were. It was more of a technology company and tourism, which is what he was excited about. But nonetheless, that's the value of an internship. You really get to look around and say, you know, is this a field that I want to stay in long term? Is this a company culture that is a fit for me? And do I want to work here, which is sometimes difficult to assess in a short interview. So to summarize, the benefits of an internship is essentially that it's a long interview. So that gives you more time to see if the company is a fit for you, and more time for the company to see if you are fit for the company. And ideally, when both parties realize they're a good fit, that's when a career can happen. That's when a full-time job offer often materializes. Also, it expands your network. So even if this doesn't result in a job, you've expanded your professional network, which over the course of your career becomes a huge, vital asset. Okay, let's discuss some tips about the internship, how to get the internship and how to maximize the internship. Well, first, let's talk about length. I think that you don't want to stay too short, right? I mean, just 2-day internship is not really going to give you enough time to really understand the industry, the culture of that company, the job role, etc. At the other end of the spectrum, if you spend 6 months there, you know, you'll have the opportunity to understand that industry well, but you won't be able to dip your toes in other industries. And you're young, so this is a great time to try different jobs, different companies, different industries to see where is a good fit to you. So I think somewhere in the ballpark of 1 to 3 months is a good amount of time, enough time for you to realize if this is a fit or not a fit, and also enough time to develop some relationships and to learn something about the industry. For those of you that are in college or at a graduate school program or an MBA program in Japan, I would view your classes as ongoing interviews. And the reason is because the faculty, especially at MBA programs, but I think this is true with undergrad as well, they are a powerful network. And a lot of companies, when they need talent, they will rely on recommendations from the faculty of a lot of these universities. So every time you go to a class, it's an interview. That faculty member doesn't want to recommend somebody that is then going to reflect badly on them if they don't perform well, right? And at the same time, they would love to help out their friend or their acquaintance by recommending or helping them with a great talent. So things like being on time, you know, participating in class, doing well grade-wise, it all matters because the faculty network in terms of jobs and internships is critical. Now, to manage expectations, the internship is more than what you learn, it's who you meet. Now, what you learn is important, but it's going to take you years to really get your hands deep into an industry, into a job role. You're not going to accomplish that in 30 days. You're not going to accomplish that in 90 days. But the relationships, the people that you meet, the network that you can expand for yourself can be life-changing. It could lead to a job. It could lead to a recommendation or an endorsement to another company. So when you go in there, I would try, like a sponge, to learn as much as you can, but also get out there and network, make connections, and build those relationships. Now, to try to get an internship, I spoke earlier about the importance of faculty and the faculty network. Networks are very important. I would work with your school. They have a network of contacts. Some schools, my MBA program had a full-time career service that helped with internship placement and job placement. Your private network you want to leverage, that could be the alumni association from your undergraduate program. Is there anybody currently working and living in Japan that you can get connected to? Family, friends, anyone within your network you want to try to leverage. I would, if you haven't already, start building up a LinkedIn page. These pages take years to develop, so plant the tree now. Start building your network. When you meet new people in Japan, outside Japan, make sure that you connect with them. And LinkedIn can be a very powerful tool for job searching. Of course, check out the company websites. So companies that you're interested in will oftentimes be publishing that they have internship opportunities. If not, there's usually a contact us section where you can reach out and you can inquire if there is an interest in taking an intern. You know, a lot of companies are very, very stretched, and an intern is a great way to lighten the load a little bit, but also, if they are looking to hire, to really thoroughly vet the person before bringing them on board. So go out to the company websites that you're interested in and start reaching out. One more point, when you do reach out, localize what you can. So if you can get your resume in in Japanese, even better. If you can write that email in Japanese, even better, right? You want to make it as easy as possible for people to engage with you and to start that conversation. If you're not fluent in Japanese, that is fine. Maybe try to get somebody that can help you to localize some of your emails or your resume, etc. Well, I hope that was helpful. In my own personal experience, the internship helped me during my college days. It helped me then get into the JET program after my college days. It helped me find my current employer, which was truly a dream come true and was a life-changing experience. So I wish you all the best of luck. As always, please, if you have questions, ask them below. If you have comments or tips to finding an internship in Japan, please comment below so we can continue to build the Japan Seikatsu community. And make sure to hit that like button and to subscribe so we can continue to help and build the Japan Seikatsu community. As always, thank you.